Good morning, everybody. Today is April 28th, Tuesday, April 28th. And this is the pre-market analysis for QOL Trading. And let's see what we got going on here for today. Let's see, you've got, I am not sure what this is here. You got unemployment change ADP at 7:15. That already happened. So let me just update this a little bit. I don't think that actually may have done something to the market. The market seems like it's selling off a little bit right now. Let's see what this is here. Let's see here, changing the purchase price, home mortgages. Oh, this has to do with home mortgages. Gotcha. We'll see what happens with that number. Consumer confidence at 9 a.m. I don't know. That may do a little something to the marketplace. I think we're going to get a little pullback today, which we needed. I don't see too much. Tomorrow, I think we've got something. We've got Fed speak. It's probably at 1 o'clock. That's going to be, I think, maybe Powell's last time with the mic. And then they're going to introduce, I think we'll have the new Fed coming on board. And then the markets will probably beat them up for a few months, which they normally do. Just to test them out, and then hopefully within the next 6-7 months we go back to some normalcy with the marketplace. Before we get going with everything else, let's go over our Discord channel. I started going over this yesterday. For those of you that are on the channel, thank you. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video. And then down below in the link, you can join our Discord community by joining the WAP link. You can join for free, or you can also join our trading community that we do live trading from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. So right here in the Discord community, in the morning in the pre-market and post-market analysis, I post a link for what you're watching right now. So it gives everybody a heads up. I started posting in the channel the levels, so if you have any requests and you want me to go over some support and resistance levels, supply and demand levels for different stocks, let me know, and I'll post them in here in the levels. And then in order to get access to our trading room, you'll go to this link right here, and it gives you step by step. You click on this link right here, it'll bring you to the WAP page, and you can join. This is a monthly fee. Or you could just join the Discord right here, which is free, and you'll get what we're going over right now. And on these channels here, except you won't have access to live trading from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. Also, lastly, I went over yesterday. We have a newsletter that I've been putting out every Sunday for this. We've done it for 6 weeks now. So if you just go to www.QOL Trading. I have to say the www, but I am old school. If you go to that website I just posted in the chat there, you can just go down in the, let me just pop it up here for everybody here, see if we can get it here. Just go to the QOL Trading website here and just put your name and your email address in here and click this join the QOL circle. And you will be getting a newsletter on Sundays, Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon. It's all free. So just put your information in there and you'll be getting the newsletter. All right, so that's enough of the housekeeping. Let's get into our market data. So we'll start off with the VIX like we have been lately. We're getting a little pop in the VIX right now. And so the VIX pulled back. So it's going to probably make its way towards the 20-day moving average at $20.92. Still a little tiny open gap up here from the 17th of April at 1746. We have some gap downs that need to be probably closed out for some housekeeping purposes also. The first one was from the 8th of April at $25.74. And then we have one from the end of March from $30.34. So as more volatility happens out in the Middle East with Iran and the Strait of Hormuz, this will probably elevate a little bit though. But we are still below the 20-day moving average and the 50-day moving average, which is positive. But we are above the 200-day moving average right now. So I expect a little As the VIX rises, that means the equities are going down. It's the opposite effect. Let's take a look at the oil markets, as they seem to be the main attraction these days. Little gap down here that'll probably have to close today, sitting probably about $108 a barrel. We are above the 20-day moving average for price per barrel at over $100.67 and above the 50. So it is trending upward right now, and I think that's because of the uncertainty that's happening, obviously, in Iran. We still have a tiny gap up down here from the 17th of April. So I think that once things start flowing smoothly, I think this will drop back down, and hopefully we get down below the 50-day moving average, which is at $94 a barrel. That is the Brent. Now, if we get into crude, which is impacting the U.S., this $101 a barrel price I had marked on here, it seems to be rejecting it. So hopefully, I'd like to get below the 20-day moving average at $97.09. We want to get in between this range right here. We don't like to be elevated above 50 and the 20 when it comes to the moving averages, when it comes to oil. So it is elevated right now. Oh, excuse me. Based on everything, obviously, what's happening. I don't want to sound like a broken record player here, though. So hopefully things will get ironed out and we'll get some flowing oil through the straits, and then things will get back to some normalcy right now. But, the rhetoric right now seems to be a little bit of a waiting game right now. And I think it's, they're trying to, the U.S., it seems like it's trying to stall them out and get them to come to the table and just release the notion that they want to go after nukes. So if they get rid of that, then I think we'll get back to some normalcy. So anyways, let's get into the ES. The ES right now, I'm starting to get some pullback. This is the pullback that we're looking for. We're at Friday's low, 71.45. We'll see what it does right now. That'll probably be your line in the sand right now to find out what direction we're going to go today. If we do lose this level, I think we have some downside that we can possibly get. Nothing earth-shattering. I think it's important we get some downside before we get to the upside. We didn't quite get to this 127% extension of this Fibonacci at 72.3641. That level's still there. It doesn't mean that we're not going to get there. I think if we lose this 71.45 level, I think your level that you come down to, a nice comfortable level, would be 7,068. That's a decent level right here. You also have that low here sitting from Thursday. So if you lost that level, you also have a point of control, 7069.45 from the 16th. You have an open point of control at 7034.76. And then I think you have one more point of control from the 13th down here. Yep. 6857.77. So there are some levels that are still open down here. So take a picture, take a screenshot of the page right here. These are levels. If you're trading the ES, mark these down here. So as the market's pulling back, these are decent levels to pull back longs, right? And why do I say that? You're above all these moving averages. 20-day moving average 69.5113. The 50 is sitting at 68.3168. You have the 100 at 68.7948. The 200 is way down here at 67.4630. So if you're above the moving averages, your thesis should be pullback longs, right? So if the market pulls back, you're looking for levels to take it long, right? That's your thesis there. So let's get into the SPY. Okay, the SPY, same thing on the SPY. It's going to be kind of a mirror image of the ES. Getting the pullback right now. Here's Friday's low, 709.01. See what it does right there. You'll probably get a little bounce off of that in the morning if the market pulls back there. First point of control open, 708.40. If you lose that level, same thing. Here's Thursday's low, sitting down here at 702.28. Also right up all-time high from the 16th of April, 702.78. Just above this midline regressional trend line that I have here at 701.70. Levels haven't changed, people. So, if you've been tuning in all week, just mark these levels down. We have not broken out anything. We are basically just sitting here. If you take a look, it's consolidation pattern happening right now. So it's we've been basically consolidating since the 17th, right? So, but we'll go over it again. So for those of you that are new, previous all-time high, the 16th of April at 702.76. Regressional trend line. These are levels that you could look to get long. from this October 13th, 2022. Previous all-time high, 697.84. Below that, you have a few levels here. You've got a December monthly high of last year. You've got an October monthly high of last year, 689.70 to 691.66. And it's just below, just above the 20-day moving average at 685.04. And then you have this open point of control, 682.26. This would be a great level pullback long. I would love that level if we got there. If I was trading the Qs. On the NASDAQ here, NASDAQ, same thing, getting the pullback. However, the NASDAQ, we are currently below Friday's low, 27,130.25. If you pull back, like this first level here, 26,901.75. Again, we have these open point of controls down below here. First one here is 25,999.87. And then I think your last one is from the 13th here. It sets right at the 100-day moving average at 25,354.47. Just above the 50, which is sitting at 25,146.06. So, again, take a picture of these levels here. Here's a previous all-time high sitting at that first level. I like this one. Is 25,399. It's a previous all-time high that was sitting there from October of 2025 until we recently, started stair-stepping higher right now. But you can see right now we're losing the, now we're creating a lower low, right? And then hopefully, and not hopefully, but if you do create a lower high, then you're going to start trending down now, right? So then you're going to get a little break in structure of this upward move right now. So I would say this is probably going to be a good line in the sand for today. If you do get this downward push, if you lose this 26,681.75, then I think your upward trend will be over for a little bit until you get down to these moving averages, right? So watch those levels. Let's get over to the Qs, and then we'll get over to Tesla, and then we will end this morning session here. So Qs, same thing on the Qs. Very similar to the NASDAQ. Losing the Friday's low, 656.53. Here's this first line here that I don't mind here. This first line of support here. This regressional trend line here from April 25th, April of 2025, sitting at 649.58. Below that, you have a 642.18. It's a high from April of this year, April 16th. And then you've got a previous all-time high, 637.01. And I think that was from, it could have been from October of 2025. And that's sitting just below this regressional trend line here from October 13th of 2022. Below that level, we have some open point of controls. We have this only open point of control we have is 614.31 from the 13th, of course. It's sitting just below this 20-day moving average, 620.38. This point of control is at 614.31, and it's sitting just above the 50-day, 100-day moving average at 613.32, and it's also sitting above the 50-day moving average at 607.69. So these are great levels if you get that pullback. Do you get it all in one day? Not necessarily, but pay attention to those levels when you do get to those levels. That's when I would probably want to put some dry powder into the market and start trading on those levels. So let's get into Tesla, and then we will get going on our day. So Tesla, what did we do on Tesla? So Tesla, I erased my levels. So it's actually a good thing when I do that every now and then. It makes me have to go back in and redo my levels. So this is what I have here. We're going to look at, we did have a decent level yesterday. We are looking at a daily chart right now. So let's get in a 15-minute. So this was a decent level that we had here yesterday. The 364.02. I had a decent level that was the market could hold and then pull back on it. Actually, I did take some longs off of that level yesterday. We are still, heading in a downward trend here right now. So I would not be surprised if we test this level once again. And then if we lose this level, this low of 361, you have that 352. I don't have anything below that. So if you lose 361, 352.14 is a March 20th of this year low, and then it comes right in with this midline regressional trend line from the all-time highs set back in December of 2025. And then you have this last open point of control that we've been talking about for months, 334.07. If you can get that filled, then we can start moving higher and start getting back into their other point of controls. This point of control is actually filled, though. I had to get back to this level right here. So you can see this is filled here. This point of control is filled. This is the only open one here. And then above here, these are the open ones that we have: 455.12, 478.39. This is from the all-time high area right there. So housekeeping purposes, ideally we would like to fill this 334.07 first, and then start making our ways back up into the new highs. I don't want to fill these point controls above us first, knowing that this is still open, right? We'd like to have things nice and tidy right now, but kind of consolidating a little bit right now. So I would say, for Tesla for today, I'm still a little short term. I'm a little bearish on Tesla right now. I would watch your levels that we had here. I would watch this 364.02 level. If we lose that 364.02 level, wrong one. Let's see if this one's a better one. Yeah, 364. If we lose that low from yesterday, you've got some line of support here. It's a regressional trend line here from April 25th of 2024, sitting at 363.17. But I would say that if you push through hard and you lose this 361, 352 is in the range easy, I would say. And then of course this regressional trend line that we just went over at 348, and then we lose that 334.07 is in the picture here. Let's just fan out a little bit here. Let's go 30 may give us what we need. Yeah, so you can see what I would have liked us to fill this 334 over here at the beginning of the month. That would have been ideal, because then I would have been very comfortable with this move here, pull back longs, and to continue to move higher right now. But for me, this being open right now is just kind of lingering. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to come down here and fill. This could stay open. These are all probabilities, right? So it doesn't mean it necessarily fills. Just what I've done and what I've studied over the last number of years, these do eventually fill, but not always. I think there's been a couple times where I've seen a point of control not get filled, right? So there's probably going to have to be some crazy news or something to come out for something like that not to fill. So. But it is downward right now. We are below this lower regressional trend line that was sitting here since the highs, all-time highs. So I thought that once we got above this level here that we're going to start moving higher. But now we are still below it. So I would not be looking for any longs until we get above this 377.24. And then maybe you push back into this 390 area, which is a 200-day exponential moving average. And then get some resistance up there at that level. As far as what I'm going to be trading for today, I'm going to have my 380 calls expiring tomorrow and 370 puts expiring tomorrow as well. As far as what we did yesterday on the 5-minute opening range, the only trade that it pretty much gave you until later on in the afternoon, it actually gave you two trades. It gave you the 5-minute break in the morning. Your 367.07 was the low. You could have gotten yourself about $3. So not a fantastic sell-off in the morning. Could have gotten a couple dollars off of your premium no matter where you bought it. But later on in the day, I would say, probably about 11:30, that's when you got your move to the high side. So when you broke your 372 level, you got about $6 or $7. So that was a more consistent, steady move. This was a very slow grind higher. If you took your trades in here, you were not sweating at all if you were long, because the pullbacks were not they were not crazy pullbacks. So you had this is a 5-minute chart we're looking at right now. So once you broke, you had one 5-minute candle within 40 minutes, right? This was a flash wick. This was not a pullback. It started pulling back right in here, but you could see the rest of the day, all it did was consolidate, right? But now, this morning, it's starting to, we're starting to lose it all. This is yesterday's close, 376.30. I would not be looking longs as long as we're below yesterday's close. We are kind of trapped, though. Here's the 20-day moving average at 369.97. So if we're above this, you're kind of trapped here. If you lose this 369.97, then you could be looking long, shorts. But right here, we're kind of trapped. So this is on no trade zone right now, right? So you've got this close here from yesterday, 376.30. You've got this close, 378.67, which was the close from... where was that? 378.67. I wonder if that was, 378.67 was the close from yesterday. 376.30 was the close from Friday. So you've got, these are two levels that you can have up on your charts to watch these levels right here. And you could use these levels as maybe an area to short. Right now I do have a short bias, but trade what the market shows you here. So anyways, that's going to be it for today. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and then go down into the description and join our Discord community by hitting the link and trading from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. If I don't see